Still bad. What did he now say will be done to it?
He said I should bring it, let him take a look at it.
Please wash another glass and bring me some ice. I'm in a drinking mood today. I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood, I'm in. Eh? Hey, hey! Tolu Honeyki, baby! Tolu, 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 baby, oh! Tolu, oh! Tolu Honeyki, baby, oh! Tolu Honeyki, baby, oh! Eh? Everybody is touching the anointed. Oh God, what is going on in Nigeria today? Anyhow, anointed are touched, they are touching the anointed. How did we arrive at this junction? Somebody said no sound. Sama baby, you go and buy iPhone 16. It just came out today. iPhone 16. Miss Linda, you buy iPhone 16 for me. I don't give you assignment. Sama baby. If you are watching on TikTok, pop that money gun. What's wrong with you? Didn't your mother tell you to pop money guns? If you cannot hear the sound, throw away the phone. iPhone 16 has landed. iPhone 16 is here. It is here to stay. Go and get iPhone 16. If you are living in the abroad, you have no excuse. Maybe $15 on the paper amount to get them. Why you not get them? Go collect them. All of you. All of you abroad people, go and collect iPhone 16. Tolu say, is he any different? We don't know. But those people that cannot hear me, maybe they'll begin to hear. That's how somebody will tune in and lose the opportunity to hear what will change their destiny. Their destiny will continue being the same. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nigeria, where they are not only touching the anointed. As a matter of fact, they are dragging the anointed. One who anointed in le. NAFDAC is now anointed in Rimogbe, pool of Bathsheba. I be waiting to record the pool where Baba saying get. Hey, long. NAFDAC say they not sabi anything. Make I read down to you officially before I come put my mouth. Because normally I know they like put mouth inside anything we concern anointed. The Bible says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet in no harm. Do my prophet in no harm. I don't hear him. So, ladies and gentlemen, according to let me look for the original newspaper with a fee quote, because these days anointed not fit pray make anything do you. Now court they'll carry you go. Baba anointed not fit do anything, make they pray na lie. Leave am. If anointed fit pray make something do person, I no go sit down for this chair they sip Coke Zero. But if you defame the anointed go carry you go court. We they say anointed don't they carry people go court where. So me I will make sure that what I'm reading to you is reported according to a reliable newspaper daily. This is called a Business Day. The person where write the article name na Damilola Olufemi anointed. If you want hold anybody, go hold Damilola. Oh. Let me even pronounce the name well. Dan Lola. Elomu Dan Lola. No go hold Dan Lola. Oh. And I ain't write this article. NAFDAC probes church's miracle water and soap. They say NAFDAC put finger inside the anointing water and the soap. What tọwọ́ what probe rẹ̀. Hey, Olúwa là ń bẹ̀. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it is probing products advertised and sold by Christ Mercy Land Delivery Ministry, championed by Prophet Jeremiah Fufeyin. Wait. Under the guise, did you refill the ice? Oh yeah, take. Drink, this is nice. Bring me my Baileys there. I want to be all right. That's some nice. I don't want to show it to TikTok people. TikTok, you're not gonna see. You know, some nice, brand new. Emoja. Come on. Bibi. Oh, I carry the bottle. If you leave the whole bottle with me, Mamuton sing. Bibi. Please come and help me carry the bottle and return. Make eye dirty small. God. Oh, yeah. Make eye dirty small as we enter the matter. So, it is the Lord's doing that we look at this miraculous water and soap with dirty eye, so that we can also be in the spirit. It's spiritual. This is a spiritual drink. Spirit is inside. It can't be spiritual. Una agree, una not agree. Iramasi pure. Our Baileys you try nothing for me la. Sorry, Nigerian people no go on that. I be other tribe no go nothing for me la. Make somebody translate them. You know they be like before. Before Baileys. Oma kinibi zobo. Back to my story. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it is probing products advertised and sold by Christ Mercy Land Delivery Ministry, championed by Prophet Jeremiah Fufeyin, under the guise of being registered with the Apex Health Agency. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, in a statement, sorry, something came up. Sorry, guys, 1 second. So, as I continue, the Director General of NAFDAC, Prof. Mojisola Adeyeye, in a statement on Sunday, alerted Nigerians on the activities of the faith-based organization located at, they put the address there, they say this appellate, said the agency has been inundated with petitions from concerned citizens about Prophet Jeremiah on a miracle water and miracle soap being advertised with healing and miracle claims and sold to unsuspecting members of the public by the spiritual ministry. NAFDAC, how can you say unsuspecting? They don't know what they go by. They were not suspecting, unsuspecting, buy the soap. They no go see soap there. Unsuspecting is you are expecting something, you go there, you see something else. Oluwalambe. How did we reach here? Oh, Oluwalabi is God we ask. Pure heart became into beast. I see you. How are you doing? Oh no, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? The minister, this is according to the article on Business Day, Prophet Jeremiah showcased the use of miracle water and miracle soap on social media to heal barrenness. Hey, Mogbe. He claimed that the women will carry twins. Mogbebeji. If they use the soap, he openly told his congregation that the soap is NAFDAC registered. Thus, the public began to visit the office to confirm the claim. I first fear how NAFDAC one take no say something they miraculous. I don't walk go far, my eye never dirty. Them mudiesi. Oh, wow. Hey. The petitioners also submitted the following products from the spiritual ministry to NAFDAC to verify the claims. So people will buy the product, can't carry the product, and want snitch. Or big products, lost in NAFDAC. One need NAFDAC come and authenticate what the anointed is doing. Is this an anointed thing or is an anointing? NAFDAC, talk. NAFDAC, say people now complain, no. People, many people, they complain. Hey, I say, Uluwalambe, how did we get to here? Now the guys sit down, people begin complain. Shey, they buy the water no work. Or people, why not too like to they complain? Why not too like problem? You people like problem always. If not, why are you complaining? Can't you just buy the water and allow the Lord to do his doing in your life? Or do you think dirty? Or do you think Larry? I'm about to enter the spirit now. As the spirit enters me, I'm entering the spirit. Hey, Nigeria. I love thee. They say Prophet Jeremiah claimed that women will carry twins if they use the soap. He openly told his congregation that the soap is NAFDAC registered. The petitioners also submitted the following products from the spiritual ministry for NAFDAC to verify the claim. NAFDAC, who gave you spiritual power to verify spiritual products? A spiritual product cannot be verified by a carnal agency. Oh, what it anointed? Mugbe. Shebi when that the free started 7 years ago, no be cause now they cost me. No be shake pay, now they shake pay for me. From morning to night, that the priest shut up, that the priest, how they touch the anointed. Oh, they are men of God, they're men of God, that the priest shut up, shut up. Like, no, cost me. Nah, NAFDAC, don't put her inside anointed. Aye. But let me tell you something, no be only Jeremiah they sell water and soup. Some they sell coconuts, some they sell oil, some they sell water, many they sell water. May they go carry all, may they not carry only Jeremiah, may they go carry every. May I go check the NAFDAC? How NAFDAC self? I understand you want to sell bottled water. NAFDAC can verify that this bottled water is clean. It has low impurities. This is the mineral content. But the problem is, NAFDAC cannot verify whether the water they do miracle. So NAFDAC cannot put their stamp on a miracle water. NAFDAC Oga further disclosed that through the director post-marketing surveillance of the agency, the Delta State coordinator was reached to find out the records of any deal with the spiritual ministry and the products in the Delta State office where they are produced. The state coordinator covertly bought the miracle water 25 cl for 3,000 naira from the ministries and took the picture, said NAFDAC in the statement. The agency revealed that on Wednesday, the state coordinator visited the Mercyland ministry and met the head of service, Mr. Fufeyin, and the chief security officer, but the officials denied producing miracle and healing water or soap, even with evidence of the receipt of purchase. Wọ́n láwọn anointed parọ́. Wọ́n lọ́rọ̀ délé anointed nírọ́ ni. Oh, but you see, on Daddy Freeze Live, we do things the right way. We hear from both sides. So Prophet Jeremiah Fufeyin has also responded. He has come out. According to the BBC, which also means big black channel. Now this thing where they drink. Olubumi said that man is not anointed. How many of them are anointed in Nigeria? Kama Tanrawa. How many are anointed? Me, I don't know any. I can keep quiet before I enter trouble. Hey, this thing where they drink will put you for trouble. So, according to the BBC, said the senior prophet, now pidgin they take right this one, of Christ Mercyland Conference Ministry, Jeremiah Fufeyin, say, no be true, say in ministry they use National Agency for Food and the Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to deceive Nigerians. So, for one statement he released for a social media account, prophet say in ministry, no, they use NAFDAC number where the spiritual products where they sell to deceive the country people. This they come after NAFDAC been alert Nigerians to the activities of the ministry, say them they use the name of the agency deceive unsuspecting Nigerians. So for their own page, Fufeyin say him not they deceive anybody. If you read the story for Daily Pulse, maybe they write this one for English. My English is better than my as my eye done the dirty they go. My English is the senior prophet of Christ Mercyland Ministry, Jeremiah Fufeyin, says he did not use the name of NAFDAC on its spiritual items to deceive Nigeria. Fufeyin, who also refuted the allegation in a statement and criticized the report making rounds with the caption, NAFDAC investigating Pastor Jeremiah Miracle Water Soap DG, said the publication was false. The statement said Christ Mercyland Deliverance Ministry is a law-abiding Christian church and recognizes the extant laws of the land and even the NAFDAC Act. In this regard, and as a Christian association, we are guided by Section 39 and 38 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that guarantees all Christians and our church the right of freedom to religion without interference whatsoever. They're not saying you not worship God, bros. Which one be water where they deliver barrenness? That one not be religion again. Abi I mean don't know what they talk. Make I bring one person. I have a special guest coming at 7:30. Nigeria. The guest I'm bringing at 7:30 does not sell anything that is not authorized. He does not use the name of NAFDAC in vain. I don't know what to say or do, ladies and gentlemen. But even me, I don't confuse. NAFDAC. Hey. Sama baby, just come and say something. Just say something for a minute. Everybody don't gather for across everywhere. Slick Couture, how you doing? Make I hear from another person. Femi Aderoba has something interesting to say. Sama baby, you not gonna put us for trouble with this your iPhone way. God no as you want to enter Waka enter Samsung hand.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm tired, getting my hair braided.
Okay, so what is your take on the miracle water?
And if it's a tire as a tire, this one tire my tire. A tire my tire. The funny thing is that the people that patronize these guys are mostly their mothers, not my mamas. I don't get mama like this. Now their mamas go full church. Now then they buy all these things. They will buy a lot of it and they will tell you when you come back home, come on, let me anoint you. Use this one, my son, to pray against all the witches and wizards where they live for city. And then go collect. They will force their children into accepting those things. I mean, for someone like me and my generation, maybe.
Nigeria.
Thinking that these things really work and it's true. I must tell you, to be honest with you, any of those things don't work. Forget that thing.
We know now. If it works, would I be sitting down here dragging them for 7 years?
I wonder. It doesn't work. People will tell you, come and buy salt, sprinkle it here, take holy water, do this, do that. I better forget those things. Now, normal business, not business. Pure business.
God.
I pity our mothers and our fathers. You know, it's so, I see a lot online. There are certain things you see online at times, you be like, now who do us like this? I can't the one that say, the funny thing is that You see someone that will have diabetes, you go to the hospital, they will tell you that diabetes, oh, na person do with diabetes. You say Google, yeah, they tell me, say, you see this thing when they call Google. Not before, only to the use on the balance. When I try to read.
Make una dey try read.
People wait there for health. No be, they not born them differently. Now study, they exposed. Now reading they read and they were able to, know that okay, if you come with these symptoms and signs, this is what is likely. But we just believe once we see any of these, we don't. How can you be going to a man of God to pray for you because you have diabetes? Or you having sleep apnea? I mean, how do you see? Our parents already, most of them failed when it comes to being enlightened. But you, as an individual, it is left for you to educate them. It is left for you to tell your mother and your father in the village, those of them that think that by being close to their pastors, that's the only way they are close to God.
Okay. Samaria, I want to bring a prophet now. So I want to end the live and bring a very special prophet. But this one, get NAFDAC approval. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do not tune off. Don't touch that phone. I want to tune off. This prophet is going to tell you about a miracle land. Stay tuned. I'll be back in exactly 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. A prophet will be made manifest. Don't go anywhere. Pop my money gun if you're watching on TikTok. Yeah, pop. We'll be back now. Sama baby, see you in 1 minute.
Okay.
If you're watching on TikTok, pop my money guns. Pop my money guns. All right, guys. If you're watching on TikTok, pop that money gun. How are you guys doing? So I'm back. Ikiri Lawrence, my beautiful brother, went to uni with taste buds. Somebody said, Daddy Freeze, Nigeria is hard. That's why it's good to invest right. I've got a special guest with me right now, and he is no other than Dr. Stephen Akintayo.
Am I the prophet with NAFDAC approval?
At least you get approval. If you not get approval, I know carry you come my life. Hey, Prophet Stephen. Sorry, I mean Dr. Stephen. How are you this evening?
Hey, Lord have mercy. How you doing? Good to be here.
Good to have you. Before we go any further,
I know you always hard on these people, but I think the people also are the ones making it possible for such shenanigans to continue. Because the reality is common sense to know that faith is not equals to transferring your responsibility to God, right? You know, the fact that you're a person, I'm a person of faith, and I've always defended my own faith. But it doesn't mean I shouldn't go and do my job. If I didn't carry myself, come to America, started buying properties, I mean, I wouldn't have what I have today. We just bought a multi-million-dollar property now. That the freezer I've been inviting him to come, he's not coming. I had to do something for that to happen. Of course, my faith was also part of the component of that. I believed God, but I also took action.
I want to tell you a story, Dr. Stephen, before you go live.
Yeah.
And this might inspire a lot of people who don't understand what is going on. I know an old Igbo man who was a taxi driver in the 90s in the UK. His wife was a nurse. He was a taxi driver in the UK. From the proceeds of his taxi business, he built a house in his village, and he was able to buy 4 properties in the UK. By the time he turned 70, he came home. Today, in the village, in his house, he's about 80 now. He's earning about £12,000 every month from his real estate. His wife is collecting £700 every month as her pension.
Wow, that's impressive.
House no get value for Nigeria. House no get value for Nigeria. No be like abroad. The property value abroad doubles every 10 years from my little research that I've done.
Very fact. That's a fact.
But I'm not a miracle worker or a land speculator or a real estate developer. Let me allow the expert to talk to you about what they have to offer abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, he needs no introduction, so let me just do the honor of presenting him to you. A man of intellectual ability and business prowess. A man who became a billionaire before he hit 40. A man who is renowned for his family values as well as his business acumen. Can we gather a round of applause for the one and the only Dr. Stephen Akintayo? Oh yeah, patewo. Over to you, Dr. Stephen. How are you doing?
I'm good. I mean, we thank God, and thank you for coming for our dinner. I think we still saw 2 weeks ago or so.
Absolutely, and it was nice. I came with my daughter.
Yes. It's been like 2 weeks ago before coming here. Thank you for having me. It's good to be here, and now well done with with your topic. I listened to a few minutes of your earlier conversation. It was quite interesting. But you know, for me, my argument is, if you don't invest and you are waiting for miracle to do everything, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail, because my argument is you need you need both parties. You need the place of your faith, and then you need the place of science. I don't think faith is against science. I don't think science is against faith. Even Apostle Paul says that if you do not work, you do not deserve to eat.
100.
So you do not deserve to eat. So we must create a balance. And I think that is that middle ground that is where we need to emphasize. And I love that we constantly, you and I, talk about the place of investment. It's not just complaining about those who are not doing it right. It's also giving you the right alternatives as to what are the other alternatives to building wealth. How do you build your wealth? How do you move from zero to hero? What are the step by step? But that the first I can tell you that the reason why most Africans are looking for magic is because the right process is hard. Let's be honest. Not everybody could have endured the last 16 years like I have endured in building my business. Not everybody could do that, right? So the days of sleeping in my office because I didn't have 200 naira to enter mall were back to Songwater. The day my rent was due, my luggage was kicked out, just believing that a business model will work. To now the days of we owning assets in Dubai, in Africa, in US. So it's a journey and it's not an easy one. But for everybody watching me, if you're willing to pay the price, you can do legitimate wealth. Without having to, even some of these so-called prophets scamming people, they need to come and hear this as well, because many of them as well is the hustle of trying to build wealth that led them into, having to lie to people, and I get it that if it's building wealth legitimately, it's not an easy one. You will lose money. If you're trying to build business in Nigeria, you have police case. Somebody can come and do business with you today now. I'm going to use police to arrest you tomorrow and say you're a scammer. So running business is quite challenging. And that's why some people, even though God didn't call them, they call themselves. Right? And they've created a lot of nuisance in town. But I must emphasize, if you find a fake prophet, there's also a legitimate prophet. Right? There can't be a fake without there being original. It's when there's an original, then you will now see somebody trying to create a fake version. So for me, that would be my intro on this topic, because I know a lot of your people were already wrapped up into the prophet conversation before we get into today's talk.
They better leave the prophet conversation and let's see how we are going to make money in this lifetime. Prophet Kushen. No. Prophet will always be there. How do we as a people deliver our minds from the struggles our parents went through and still ended up in the same place? If an Oyinbo man in America puts in 30 years of work, he can retire and relax. Our parents are not retiring and relaxing. They are retiring to the village, sending us letter every week for one development or the other that requires finances that they do not have. Which indeed is a conversation that needs looking into, Dr. Stephen. I want to ask you, Dr. Stephen, the Nigerian economy today, how do you see it? What do you believe is the way forward? How is it affecting you and your business? What do you advise people right now? This present Nigerian economy, what do you think is going on at the moment right now?
Very good question. Thank you for that question. Very spot on question. I say, first of all, I empathize with Nigerians. It's been a difficult, tough season for all of us. I'll give an example. Our Nigerian business, for example, has had this is the third month of drop in sales. Third month.
Wow.
Right, of sales drop. It's really, really affecting everyone, whether you are, I mean, some people never believe in their lifetime they will ever see Dangote do press conference back to back. Dangote turn to literally
Content
skit
creator.
maker or content creator. Never in their lifetime.
Dangote we know they talk.
I don't go to way no you can hardly hear him talk. But this time around, $30 billion. Oh, Jono, so it's a real tough season. And I want to start by empathizing with everyone. However, that the freeze, I saw something 2016. Immediately after Jonathan was out, Buhari came to power. The first sign was that Naira started falling. If you remember, when Jonathan left, I think Naira was maybe 190 something.
Yes.
And then before you know it, started rising. And this similar situation happened. And I was so pained. And I did a question, how do I prevent this from never happening again? And the only solution I came up with that the freeze was start earning in foreign currency, start earning in dollars. That was the year I made up my mind. I wanted to expand aggressively internationally. Even my books, even my coaching, my speaking, everything turned to dollar. I do public speaking. I'm invited in different places. When I said I now charge $20,000, people say I'm insulting me, but I didn't care. But today, that is what is saving me now, and even our company. The fact that we had expanded into Dubai, was expanded into the UK, into the US, before things became extremely tough. And that's why my argument is you must diversify. Again, there's nothing wrong with doing business in Nigeria. In fact, this year, we've launched more estate. We have more estates to launch. I think by the end of this year, we'll have launched more than 10 new estates. The list of them is 50 acres. So we are constantly still expanding in Nigeria. And for me, Nigeria is home. But the wisdom to diversify, have some of your investment in Naira, have some in dollars, have some in real estate, have some in other sectors, is the way forward. Globally, Daddy Freeze, globally, there is calamity globally. Here in the US, for example, if you are buying property, interest rates used to be 4%. There are people just 7 years ago, they bought their property and their interest rate was just 2.9%. As I speak to you, interest rate in America is between 8% and 11% in some cases. I'm telling you. So globally, we are in a place where there is challenge all over the world. Of course, some are worse than some. Some places are easier than some. But ultimately, the argument is you must diversify your income.
Portfolio,
You must have multiple streams of income. You must have money coming to you in different currencies. You must be able to make money in different ways. While, of course, we continue to hold government accountable, I'm not in any way against we holding government accountable. You should do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm hoping that the people in government will also begin to live by example. It does not make sense to ask Nigerians to endure while we do not see it in the lifestyle of the politicians. You ask the Nigerians to endure. You as a politician, if you used to have 10 convoys, reduce it to 3. You used to have 7 jets, reduce it to 2. Let people see that you're also committed, because to be honest with you, it's neither here nor there. Nigeria needed surgery, and Buhari was one of those who got us to where we are.
100%.
100%, right? And there was no quick way out. Some of us who voted Peter Obi, for example, I knew if Peter Obi is the president of Nigeria today, he will be forced to make a tough decision. Decision. We will be forced to still do some of these things. The only difference, and I've argued with those, in the other party, is that you will have seen Peter Obi show by example. He won't go and be buying a new presidential jet when everybody is struggling. That's just the difference. But we still have gone through this process. Another thing I think we needed to have, yes, we will still have gone through it. Another thing I wish the current government will have done as well, is whenever you do surgery that is, let's assume, they had to open somebody up and conduct a surgery, let's say it was fibro. You and I agree that after you patch the person wake up, you must give them pain reliever. Right? If you don't give an effective pain reliever, it may now not be the fibroid that will kill them.
It will be the pain. No.
It will be the pain. Right? So I feel the government needs to understand that there are serious pain that Nigerians are going through. And a lot needs to come in to alleviate that pain and help people. For me, those are the things that we need to begin to look out for. But you and I need to take personal responsibility for our finances. Tinubu did not remember you when he woke up this morning. I can tell you that for a fact.
For free. For free, Dr. Stephen.
To your tent, O Israel, begin to look for how do you come out of your own personal financial predicament. Because let's be honest with you, even in this bad economy, some are still making money. And I'm one of them.
A lot of people are.
And a lot of people are still making money. You just have to look at things and say, what are the other pathways? What are the other options? What are the other opportunities? Because every problem creates an opportunity. Even the refinery, was Dangote not trying to take advantage of an opportunity of a Nigeria that produces oil, but his refinery is never working, and decided to say, okay, let me solve that problem so that everybody start buying oil from me. Only for him to do that. Some people are now saying he's a monopolist. What nonsense are you talking about? You too, did anybody stop me from
Did anybody stop your father from buying land and opening refinery?
I'm you. Yeah, you. So we all need to rise up and look for opportunities. And one of them is real estate, which is my world. So I'll stop there. Your next question.
Dr. Stephen, talking about the Dangote refinery, I remember my time in Cool FM, and there used to be people that used to mumble a lot. Me, I was grateful to God and to my employers that I had a platform to use to showcase my talent. I started work in BCOS Ibadan, and I worked there for 5 years before I went to Cool FM, and I knew how I struggled to gain visibility. So when I came to Cool FM, it was more like relaxing. It was a relaxed ride compared to BCOS, where they did not really need English presenters. They were more focused on their Yoruba, Akedeku Yawa presenters. So I was glad that somebody gave me a platform. It's like going to the bathroom and somebody paying you to go to the bathroom. I know, so we're not going to go to the bathroom. So for me, if they had told me to pay money to work in Cool FM to gain the experience, I would have paid. Now, not only am I not paying, I'm also still getting some sort of a salary, no matter how small it was. But I had a lot of people surrounding me then who used to moan and groan. And I remember my MD's children arriving one day from one of their trips to Switzerland where they went to ski. And one guy made a comment, says, only this man and his children are enjoying the money. And everybody was agreeing with him. And I looked at them, I'm like, this building that we are using for this radio station cost about $10 million. A high rise in Victoria Island. Is it the land your father contributed? Or is it the design of the building that your father brought that you want to be going to Switzerland with the children of somebody that put down $10 million? So, what am I drawing out of this? It's the same thing with Dangote. Nigerians are expecting that Dangote will come and sell fuel for them at 80 naira. Your tears will be long. As in, you know, normal people cry like this, you will cry like this. Do you know what $20 billion is? Do you know every day that they are not producing how many billions of naira is going in salaries, in power, and then you want him to come and give you electricity. Sorry, you want him to come and give you petrol for free? Where was your father when Dangote was buying the land? I'm not, of course, I agree that many of these billionaires do all sorts of funny things, lobby off governments and create all sorts of, and yes, I know monopoly is real, but let us also learn to manage our expectations, Nigerians. Where was your father when Dangote was buying the land? Let's say your father gave him the land. He can now say, sell petrol to my son at 80 naira. What was your father's contribution that you want to collect? And so that your son will not say the same thing about you, start thinking about the steps you will need to take so you can be like my MD. Is either you vision the project or you fund the project. My MD had a $10 million property in Victoria Island. Somebody sold him the land. Somebody drew the plan for him. Somebody got him waivers. Somebody invested in him. If you don't know how to do all of the things, have you thought of investing? You see, when you invest, you have genuine expectations. I gave Dr. Stephen my money. Dr. Stephen, where is my money? And if Dr. Stephen does not answer, you can take him to court. Take him to the police. But if you have not given Dr. Stephen your money, you cannot take him to police. You have imaginary expectations as compared to people who have real expectations. When you expect Dangote to sell you fuel for 400 naira, and you have not given Dangote anything.
I think that the problem is we have not taught entrepreneurship enough.
God, we bless you.
We've not taught entrepreneurship enough. Not everybody is thinking the way you're thinking. If an average person just say, oh, now government money, now kiniko. People didn't know how that money came about. They did not know Afrexim Bank money is in that refinery. They did not know that African Development Bank money is in that refinery. In fact, when that issue happened, if you notice, all of them started writing. Afrexim Bank wrote, African Development Bank wrote, all your Nigerian banks, they borrowed money to Dangote for that refinery. There's a lot of, that's why I said, New York. You know, I have had somebody come and abuse me on this your show before that. Oh, if the guy is big, why is he coming on that the freeze platform to market his property? Until when people saw Dangote on live television carry white petrol. You see, the original petrol is white.
Even Bill Gates money there inside. I see Bill Gates come sit in Ubu.
Exactly.
Bill Gates leave America, come sit in Ubu.
This is yellow. And it's because they don't understand. Most Nigerians, if you say rich man, the only person they know is politicians who are arrogant, who move around like they own the whole world. They've never seen a legitimate entrepreneur before. So the typical mindset is that if you are big, you just be arrogant about, just be flexing muscle, just be. And they don't know that an average entrepreneur is different. It's all about his hustle. It's all about trying to push his business. And he will do whatever legitimately he has to do to grow his business. So when people say saying that go thing with I said, shame I don't see. Because somebody even accused me, said, when last did you see Dangote on IG Live? You know.
Dangote, don't join us now. The next thing where they expect now to see Dangote and Emanuela do skit for Archangel.
but obviously, people are so ignorant. And it's because they don't. If Dangote was born in this era, he would have been using social media. It wasn't just his era. So, and that's why we are failing to have enough young people build great businesses. Because in their mind, for me to build a great business, I just have to be, flexing muscle. An entrepreneur is very shrewd. That's why you hear people say Dangote is stingy. Because he knows that it's not his money, it's people's investment. And he must manage it well. Because he has to give account of it. Right? They say he doesn't wear designers. I mean, he won't wear designer because he's building an empire. There's nothing wrong with designers, but the man has to focus on building his business.
Empire.
So I'm happy we're having this conversation.
Dr. Stephen. Dr. Stephen. I sat down with my wife today. She showed me her 6-month bank statement for her company.
Yes.
I was seeing some hundreds of meals. I said, baby, I'm proud of you. You've done this way. She said, check the account balance. 500,000 naira. I said, how can you be turning over this much? And your balance is 500,000. She said, by the time I purchase at a lower price, sell at what I think is a higher price. Then when I want to go back to purchase, it's now an even higher price. My staff want salary increase. Logistics have increased. You will see 300 million and then you see account balance of 1.2 million. If you don't understand.
They don't understand. Let me break this down. Somebody said that the Freeze wear designers. Yes, because Daddy Freeze is in a show business. And this is where people miss it. Daddy Freeze is in a show business. It's a business you have to show. Dangote is not in a show business.
Thank you.
Stephen Akintayo is not yet in a show business. Though I'm trying to start movie business. But I'm not in a show business. Okay? So I don't need to show. And that's, you must balance it. So a Davido can tell you he's wearing a chain of $2 million. He is in a show business. For Dangote to now come and wear a $2 million, in fact, even his partners, you have to call him and say, are you sure, you don't have psychiatric, problem? Because it's a two different world. Two different world. Mommy Free, on the other hand, I can assure you will not be bragging about designers. She's bragging about the latest cooking pots, the latest, kitchen, that can cook the best meal. That is our own designer. You see the difference?
So, I looked at it and I was like, wow. Oh my goodness. You make this much and you spend this much running it. Dr. Stephen will understand this thing. You will see 3 billion in his account. Give him 3 days. He will be struggling to find 2 million naira. You have to pay this investor, lawyer, this person, that person. Ooh. Somebody now asked a question.
Yeah.
He said, you have a G-Wagon, the limited edition G-Wagon, and you have a retail store. Somebody sold a G-Wagon to buy a retail store. Is it a good idea? My response is, it seems like a good idea. But if you don't know how to run a retail store, just drive your G-Wagon, JJ. Because the easiest way to lose money is to go into business. I was sitting down eating rice with Dr. Stephen.
You don't know how to run.
This same Dr. Stephen, I was eating rice, was telling me the story of how he lost money the first 2 times he did business.
Very true.
So, Dr. Stephen, I want to ask you the next question. But before I ask you the next question, I want to praise you for something. You are the only person that I bring to my life when it comes to real estate. I don't have any other person. I turn them down. And why do I bring Dr. Stephen regularly? Because Dr. Stephen says one thing. He says, if you have any doubt about doing business with me, don't do it.
True.
That gives me assurance. Because some people will tell you, don't worry, we'll multiply that money for you. No, just rest. Just once you give us the money, just go home and rest. Then they'll now start calling me. I've had those kind of people before. They will call me, and they will call me, and they will call me. So, Dr. Stephen, my next question is, how do you respond to those who raise allegations of scams in the real estate sector, especially when it comes to dealing with Nigerian clients in the diaspora? How?
Very good question. In fact, we have a story I was told in Maryland. This guy was running an investment program and was giving people 50% return on investment. And so the guy in dollars, oh, can you imagine? So the guys who raised the story, they went on ranting and ranting. When they were done, I asked them a simple question. What was wrong with you to believe that in this US, somebody can give you a 50% return on investment? Like, are you okay? Even consumer protection in US benchmark your ideal profit to 25% per annum. Like, if I want to sell, let's say, I'm just giving an example, this phone. Let's say this phone is $1,000. The US consumer protection expects you that the markup will be 25% profit. So if somebody now tells you he's going to give you, right, a 50% return, it probably means he's getting more than 100% for him to be able to give you 50%. So at the end of the day, you lost your money. You are now shouting foul. No, I'm not going to pity you. The last time I was on your show, do you know how many people was calling my staff to say, yes, we get what the guy is saying, but the return is too small, right? We need him to give us more if we are going to invest. So some of my things go back to me and say, sir, some of them said, they even said there was one guy in US, he gives them 40% return. That you too, I said, you see, I built my business to a point where I reject money, right? We still had somebody some months ago, over $1 million he wanted to invest. And he said we must give him 35%. I said, I'm not interested. We cannot legitimately, in our good conscience, promise you that we can assure you that kind of return. Right? To collect such a money, right? Hoping, because that's the, and I'm explaining why these things happen. Because it's the people themselves who pressurize returns that are not realistic, expectations that are not realistic. Okay, that is just won't happen. The same thing happened with real estate even in Nigeria. You see people, genuinely, we all know, we in the industry, that this location, you can't buy land less than 10 million. You will see somebody say, now I can sell for 4 million, and people will still go and be buying. And you will still see people come and tell you that you are saying, my own are 10 million. So you see, you are a scammer. You are a scammer.
Hey.
When they go for 4 million, you are selling for 10 million. Later, the same people will now come back.
I'll come and cry.
I have been scammed. So, at the freeze, what you go do now? Because if Yoruba will say, to baro to wararo, you have to buy one.
Yes, now.
If you don't buy truth, you
will buy lie.
You must buy one. You have to buy one. You have to buy one. So for me, the reason for a lot of this, scam international, and it's big here. If people think there's scam in Nigeria, well, there are bigger scams amongst Nigerians in diaspora. And you know that the phrase in Nigeria, if you carry police, go harass the person. In America, if you do that, now only court if you go. And until, and you will still need to spend money on a good lawyer, to take the person to court. So you can't just harass anybody you did business with in the UK or in Canada or in US because it's considered a civil transaction, or in Dubai itself, a civil transaction. But in Nigeria, you can still turn it to criminal by, working with the police and harassing them. So these are the issue. My argument would be to avoid things like that. We need to reduce our greed level. Generally, as a people, we will continue to find our people go be a victim of Ponzi scheme as long as we are looking for returns that are not realistic.
Absolutely.
Many of these people did not intentionally start the business to dupe people. But still over time, as people put undue expectation, I said the last time we were still on this show, the last time we still talk about this, realistic expectation. I said people were still calling my office to say, we will only invest if you will promise us this kind of return. People were still calling. Then if it's this one, no, we will not. And I'm like, what? You're on your own. And I told my team, I said, it's okay. A good name is better than
gold and silver
and gold. There's a reason we are still in business 16 years after. Then, of course, we've had people try to drag us here and there. But because we've done things by the books, we can defend every single thing we've done over the years. There's a reason why people of repute identify with us at the highest level. When I say highest level, right? Whether home or abroad. The first award I got here in America, unfortunately she just passed on, was Congresswoman giving me a congressional award of recognition. I've just been told now, being recommended for presidential award in America. Because we are doing things right? And we are doing it in the books, right? So whoever wants, we're open to doing business with them. We're open to working with you and showing the investment opportunities we have. But if you still want all this Ponzi scheme, make money where you did not sow, full of Bethesda kind of miracle investment.
Buy soap where you go use take bath.
I wish you all the best.
You see,
in those kind of investment.
you see, if you don't understand business, you will think business is easy. Business is like singing.
Yeah.
I said something. I said it takes talent to recognize genius. A mediocre will tell you he can do anything. Anybody that tells there's nothing I cannot do if I put my mind to it is a mediocre. Because when Michael Jackson hears Freddie Mercury hit that octave, he will know, because he can sing, he will know that this thing that this guy did is not normal.
Yeah, this is good.
Stephen Akintayo is a business genius, or is a business talent. That is why when he sees Dangote, he knows that this one is not normal.
Yes, true. Very true.
He will know that there's something. Just the way I was watching Jeff Bezos in an interview the other day. They were making fun of him. They said, you want to sell the way nobody has sold before? And he kept telling them that, yes, that I have the formula and I know how I'm going to do it. And they were laughing at him. Today, he's either the first or the second richest person in the world. He understood it.
Yeah.
The first thing to understand about business is risk and risk management. Never go into a business believing that it is not risky. Just being my wife's husband, I know if he do business. My wife wakes up in the morning and starts to shout on the phone. And she continues shouting the whole day till 12 o'clock at night when I seize her phone. She's either shouting at somebody who was supposed to deliver to a customer, shouting to a supplier who promised that they will deliver. No problem, we'll bring it tomorrow. A month ago. To somebody that was supposed to make a delivery, but was stupid enough to deliver the jollof rice that does not go bad before the seafood okra that has shelf life. She is shouting at plumber, shouting at this. I look at her and I say, I can't do this. Then when she's done shouting, she gets on the phone with her advert people. She gets on the phone with her digital people. She gets on the phone with her media team. Then she gets on the phone with her legal team, her tax team, her this team. And this continues. And as she's doing this, she's sending money, paying this person, giving instruction. You do this, you do that. Let's do this. And she does this till she wakes up. When she wakes up like this, it is shout till midnight. I say, it cannot be me. So Dr. Stephen Akintayo, you are a bigger businessman than my wife. This is what I have to do to you.
Thank you.
So guys, never expect to go into business without risk. But when you go into business with someone who is reliable, the tendency to help you manage risk is higher.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to talk more about this, and this is very important. We haven't taught this enough. And Daddy Freeze, I think the first day he mentioned, he probably thought I would be angry. Maybe because he has dealt with other people who had issues with it. I was like, no. In fact, I teach it on my page that every business is risky, including real estate. It's risky. In the last 9 years, I have invested heavily in Nigeria, buying lands. I have a land where they have killed two people. Two people have been killed on that land.
They don't buy. Dr. Stephen say buy.
They killed them.
They say buy. These
land
people.
Land grabbers don't buy them. That's the word we use now. Literally buy them over the land issue. Right? So I have seen all manner. People have no clue. And a lot of time we've had to all still defend, protect our clients. If you see somebody run business for long, you better respect them. Because there's a lot they've had to shoulder. There's a lot they've had to keep that name. There's a whole lot that they've had to go through to keep that name. And honestly, there's risk to every business, and always do business with that mentality that, hey, I risk losing my money. However, with the right partners, with the right mentorship, with the right training, the risks are minimized. This September now, 21st and 22nd, and I hope, by the way, how many of you here are in the US or you're in Canada, or you're in North America? If you're there, just type me. Because this information is important. 24th and 22nd, we are hosting the largest event we've ever had, Daddy Freeze. This event is costing over $250,000 to organize it.
Wow.
We're having the only black guy on Shark Tank, Damian John. Damian John, the businesses he has done cumulatively are worth over $6 billion. Damian John. He's going to come live. He's one of the speakers. We're bringing all the way from Nigeria, Cosmos Maduka.
Ooh, BMW,
Coscharis. Yes. He's coming live to train the people. I have this couple there from India. Daddy Free, let me tell you this story. Rich people are humble, but they also get swag.
Yes, now.
So I bought this land from this man, $3.3 million. And so the day we both met on the land, very simple looking, just jacket and t-shirt, simple looking. You know, we got to greet each other. When I was about going, say, Dr. Stephen, I heard you're a big man. If you don't mind, my house is not too far. I could just take you to see my house. When people say, come see their house, you better respect them. So I said, why not? Let's go. Daddy Freeze, 21 acre, one man house.
Wow.
My own house here is 3.3 acres. You know, my house here in Houston. You know, I don't know whether I've sent you the video.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have, Dr. Stephen.
Later, I will move around and show you. It's 3.3 acre. But compared to a man that his own house is 21 acre, there is even water park, like water museum inside the house.
Hey.
There are a couple. I mean, by the way, I'm mentioning them because they will be speaking at the event. Later, the man now say, I have a few properties here and there close to this place. Do you mind I should take you around? I said, why not? We drove around in 2 hours. I saw property almost the tune of $200 million, 2 hours. And that's less than 20% of the property the man has. He has over 12,000 acres. Indian immigrant. You know, and one of the reasons why I brought him, Daddy Freeze, is because the time for us to start telling our people the truth is now. An Indian comes to America, he's thinking on how to start a business. A Nigerian comes to America, he's thinking of job. It's from $10 an hour, $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $40 an hour. Meanwhile, guys are coming in, they are buying, they're investing. Do you know when we started our first project here in the US, do you know your Nigerian people were mocking us? It isn't a Nigeria. They buy big acres. It is a US that. The shocker we gave them, while they were still talking about 40 acres, we did 21, we did 99. Right now, we're about acquiring 2,000 acres close to Dallas, Texas. We're not joking. But my argument is we have to push the right mentality into our people.
100.
Entrepreneurship, investment. And that's why for me, my gift to people as we expand to North America is empowerment. Training. Getting people of color to come and impact our mind. People will resort. This is not audio. Results that you can touch. All my speakers are billionaires in dollars. You don't want to miss it. If you are, and by the way, they can attend virtually. They can attend physically. It's not free because I heard somebody post. He said, why is he paid? Somebody spent $250,000 to do an event.
And your papa.
Yeah, I don't know. and we are feeding them for the 2 days. We are feeding. We are doing. I mean, we have to pay for our speakers. We have to pay, bring them down, flights, all of that. So that would be my first offer today. They can go to stevactel.com/GWFUSA and register. Even if you are not in the US, you can, Daddy Freeze, can let me pin it. You can always attend virtually. Right?
Absolutely.
You can attend virtually. If you are not in the US, you can come. But it's the beginning that the freeze of what we are talking about. Information, knowledge. Meet those who have made money legitimately. The Bible says, buy wisdom and sell it not. Now, me, I am, if you know something, you will see me, pieces for you. Because when I see people with results, I'm very humble to learn.
To learn.
How did you do it? what were the processes? Because I know that if I can follow the same principle, I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to replicate the same thing. So, guys, I say this all over again. I am not against you japaing. But if you decide to japa, and then you are now pushing this, you are now doing $10 an hour, $20 an hour, Abba, you're a disgrace. Because, and I'm not saying you cannot start there. You can start from that point of, but to remain there, there are people in America for 20 years that they freeze. Nothing to show except for bragging, I live in America. Living in America is not an achievement, my friend. Living in UK is not an achievement. Living in Canada is not an achievement. It is what you can build. Because you and I shouted all through, Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. God now did you japa and you cannot build something for you. Abba. What nonsense is that?
Yala nonsense.
Right? What nonsense is that? You said that, Buhari is bad, Tinubu is bad, this one is bad. You have now come to the land of the brave, the country of the free, and you cannot even take some brave move. You cannot. Right? You cannot. So, and then you are claiming we're in UK, we're in US, we japa. That's just japa. I see people just glorify japaing, and I'm like, can't we be like the Jews? Can't we be like the Indians? Can't we be like the Pakistanis? Can't we be like the Chinese? When they japa, they take over. They build empire.
No, we don't japa now. The women, they drive their husbands for house, call police for their husbands. So the countries are begging us not to call police for our husbands.
Can you imagine? What a shame. For Scotland Yard to be begging Nigerian women not to be calling police again. I mean, it's laughable. When I look at what we do when we come to diaspora, it's gossip all over. Gossip. Who marries which one's husband? Who is dating which one? You even see them mocking each other. This one, I know that Toyota you buy. You don't get money for Lexus. This one, I'm like, all of you are all miserable together. You have to think of something big that you can do with your life. Somebody said something great. He said, great people, entrepreneurs, inventionary, scientists who invent things, who change the world. What do? They discuss ideas. Ordinary people discuss other people.
Let me read this to you, Dr. Stephen, so I can make you laugh a bit. A group of broke people discussing other people. That's what we call a non-profit organization. How many of you are members of non-profit organizations? Dr. Stephen, to host you on my live is very nice, but I have so many questions for you. Let me move to the next question now. I can listen to Dr. Stephen all day. Hey. What advice, Dr. Stephen, would you give to people in Nigeria or in diaspora who want to ensure that they are investing in legitimate real estate opportunities in the US?
Good question. I think the first one is what we've discussed, which is, can you start attending real estate conferences, real estate seminars, right? Can you start going to where people who are doing that business are gathering? Because you will start getting ideas and tips and counsel around that industry, because it begins with knowledge. Number two, take action, right? Because if you keep talking from now to tomorrow and you don't make moves, right? I've always said this, that it freeze, and I absolutely am very honest about it. Do you know why Africa is where it is today? We are ruled by leaders who have nothing upstairs, but very audacious, very bold, very bold. These guys feel they own Nigeria. Meanwhile, you and I, including you, Daddy Freeze, we get something upstairs, plenty grammar, but no boldness.
No boldness. Oh,
No
hey.
boldness. No boldness. The same thing with entrepreneurship. You know, if I ask you now, can anybody tell me the university Dangote went to? Yeah. All of you who brag. MSc, BSc,
Yes.
PhD, Liverpool, NMI, FMI. Tell me the university Dangote went to. The richest black man. Oh yeah, tell me.
Hi.
Cosmos Maduka did not even finish primary school. That's to finish the matter.
No.
Finish the matter. Yes, sir. Dr. Cosmos he did not even finish primary school. Elementary 3, it no be graduation for primary school now. He no finish secondary school.
That man is a business genius.
I'm telling you, multi-billionaire in dollars. Right? So the reality is this. A lot of people have so much ideas. I call it analysis that leads to paralysis. They will never start anything. You know, Dr. Stevie, you said I should buy your land in the US. What is the proof that something will not go wrong? Of course, something can go wrong. What are you talking about?
Yes, now.
It's an investment. Is you see, money is a reward for risk taking. Let me repeat
Simple.
Again. Money is a reward for risk taking.
Preach, Dr. Stephen.
It's a risk. But the reward is that when it now works, you get rewarded for it. So right now, somebody was asking, how do I buy land from you in US? We are currently selling one of our estate, 99 acres. And we are only selling per acre. Because everybody, I want to buy land. Okay, we are selling now. But it's per acre. We're not selling to less than acre. We've had people drag us. Can't we buy one plot? I mean, we are not selling. And they say, why? I don't want to have too many customers. We are still good. And I don't want to have too many customers. Because 99 acres, if you divide it per plot, we give you more than 300 clients. But you sell it per acre. It means I only want to sell 50 acres. 50 clients, I'm done. I'm moving to the next one. I still have another 2,000 acres I'm about to launch. So I need to move faster. But again, it's a risk. Because I'm asking people to say, come and buy now at 150,000 per acre. I'm giving you opportunity to pay flexibly, 6 months, 12 months. But hear this, Daddy Freeze. In the next 2 years, we would have done something called platting in America. Right? With the city and all of that. Once you do platting on a land in America, the price doubles. Right? So it's a risk you are taking where you are saying, invest now that we've not planted the land. In the next 2 years, the land will have been planted and you can have a double of the value. But the risk you choose to buy or not. Somebody said, Naira. We're not talking Naira here. We're talking dollars. I say property in US. Why do you
want to buy in Naira? You don't tell you it's in Neki Aja.
Yeah. Okay. So $150,000 per acre. And it is in Brookshire, Texas, USA. Brookshire is Houston metropolis, Houston and its environs. That is just 12 minutes from Katy Mills, right? However, somebody said, who's the target market? Anybody who can afford $150,000. We're giving an opportunity for you to pay in installment. You can deposit $50,000 and then you spread the balance in 6 months or 12 months. Right? So it's up to you how you want to go about it. But again, business is always about risk. That's all I'm just trying to emphasize. The reward is that you come in at a certain time, you end okay, why? People have asked me, why are you expanding aggressively? Do you know that between now and June next year, Daddy Freeze, we are putting over $100 million in our US expansion? alone. $100 million is what we are putting in. Our own money. This is aside what we're also adding from institutional investors. Now, and I've been asked, why are you doing it? You will not believe the reason that they freeze. The interest rate is high. The best time to invest is when the interest rate is what? Is high. Yeah.
I'm learning, no.
When they think you start, never go the direction of the masses. Always go the opposite direction. What do I mean? The sellers, number one, are selling way cheaper. Because not everybody wants to buy now. Everybody is complaining that the interest rate is high. So most people selling properties now are now having to reduce the price because, right? I mean, I have properties that have gotten $200,000 discount because I bought it now. I have properties that I got $1 million off because they were going for $10 million. And I said, if I'm going to buy this, I want to buy it for $9. Right? So, and guess what? If the interest rate were to be low, you know how they said house in America, you can have 10 bidders. You will even be the one to say, okay, I won't sell my house. I'm just giving an example that it freeze. I won't sell my house for $1 million. You will have somebody say, I'll buy for 1.1. I'll buy for 1.2. You know why? The interest rate is low. So you will not even be the one to buy it higher than what you intended to sell it. But yes, that's how they say here. When the interest rate is low. But if you buy now, the interest rate is high. One, you will get discount from the seller. Two, when the interest rate comes down, you can now go back and what? Sell at a much more premium price when many more people are willing to buy at that period. Right? So that's how to do business. But again, it does not change the freeze that I am also taking risk on these massive expansions that I'm doing here in America. It's a risk and I'm aware of it. But it's a calculated risk with so much training behind my belt, where I've done it in other countries and in different places, and it has worked. So that's the way business works, guys.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stephen. Every day we learn. For those who want to start, I think you've spoken about this. How much do you think they should start with?
Well, I think generally when it comes to, again, people wonder why I keep emphasizing. When you want to start real estate, you can start from wherever you are because it's not compulsory. Some people are saying 150,000. We have opportunity for you to invest. You don't need to buy. You can invest and we'll be giving you a return every year. Right? So there are people who may not even be able to afford 150,000, but they have a $20,000. But they have a $10,000. They have a $50,000. They just want to invest and every year get a return in dollars. We have the opportunity as well because as we speak, we have other projects we're doing. We're building a 28 units just 12 minutes from downtown Houston. We have a new office that is free. We just bought our new office, $1.6 million in Katy. We're going to be launching it on Thursday. This Thursday, we're opening our Houston office. But the beauty about the office is that there's not a land in front of our office that's part of when we bought it. So we want to build a 6-story office complex there as well. Okay, and people can invest in that as well. So there's a lot we're doing that people can do, but start somewhere. I always say, start with the knowledge. Even if you can't afford, start with the knowledge. Right? If you can even start by being a marketer. And getting a commission on people that you're encouraging to invest and you're getting a return. Right? I started as an agent over 15 years ago. Many people didn't know I did not start with real estate development. We only started development 9 years ago. When I started real estate business, I did not start as a developer. I started as an agent. I was selling for other credible people. They were giving me returns, but I was using that to learn. I was using that to understand how the business works. And so by the time I then started my own development, I was already good at it. I also had already gathered customers because those who bought from my former Oga, I was able to convince them to say, I now have my own, though. You know, if you people patronize your boy. And that was how we were able to start. I practically started real estate without a single dime because all I leveraged on was the credible relationship and the good name that I've built over the years. And it continued to help. You know, in business, a good name, like they say, is better than silver
and gold combined. Silver and gold. Dr. Stephen, how do you balance catering to the business in Nigeria while maintaining your company's relevance and success in the US real estate market?
Beautiful. I think for us has been raising people. I have these quotes and very important. And you guys can write it down. Everybody listen to me. If you see a football star that does not retire to become a coach, he will soon pay to enter the same stadium others used to pay to watch him play. But if he retires to become a coach, when the next reigning star scores, he will point at him and say, Coachy. That way, he will never lose relevance. And I'll break it down in practical terms. Who knew when Zinedine Zidane was the boss when it comes to playing football? In fact, at some point was the best player of the FIFA World Best Player, Zidane, right?
Zidane.
Exactly. But because Zidane retired and eventually became what?
A coach.
The coach of Real Madrid. When Ronaldo was scoring for Real Madrid, what will he do? You point at Zidane. Coachy! And Zidane has not lost relevance even to this new generation who now knows him as a coach. So one of the things we did, and you are familiar, you know our people. All these years I invested in raising people who are now CEOs of all the various subsidiaries of our company. So, in fact, I'm not even a director in our Nigerian companies again, right? We have raised people, yes. I'm just a shareholder, investor like everybody else invested too. Yes, I'm waiting at the end of the year for my returns too. I mean, I want returns on the investment. So we've raised a lot of great people and they run the business day to day. I'm very heavy here on our US expansion. But guess what? Even the US expansion, we're looking for US CEO to run that. We're looking for directors. We're employing people now who also run the US business. Like I said, we're opening the office that we just bought for $1.6 million on Thursday, this coming Thursday. If you're in Houston, you are invited. It's free to attend. You want to come, it's free to attend. Also, we are working hard to then build a team here. So what I usually do, I'll come build a team. After they are good at it, I leave them to run it and I'm collecting my returns.
Do you have an office in the US, and what are your plans of actually setting up a physical office in the United States of America?
Yes, I think I've answered that already, where we have, and somebody is saying, are you coming to Maryland? US is US, guys. Maryland, you know, some of you are just shouting, come to Maryland, come to, and I see, let me address it at the face, because this is the mistake we make. That's why if you keep seeing me say, invest in knowledge, I know what I'm saying. People are shouting, come to Maryland. Have you done the tax analysis of owning property in Maryland? You didn't even ask, why is it Texas of all the states? As of today, there are only 2 states I'm focused on in real estate as of today. You know, Texas and Florida. Because the tax was in the favor of the person doing real estate. So stop all this. Because you live in Maryland, then you must only buy property in Maryland. This is where you miss it. Because you live in Charlotte, then the investments must be in Charlotte and Bishop. more. The same thing we do in Nigeria. You know, you say, hey, I am from Oyo State. When are you launching your estate in Oyo? I am from Anambra. When will you launch your estate in Anambra? I am from Kaduna. When are you opening Kaduna? I'm like, hey, money is money. There is no Kaduna money. There's no Northern Nigeria money. There's no Eastern Nigeria money. There is no Western Nigeria money. There is no Maryland money. There is no. It is about what are the numbers? What are the analysis? Why are we doing certain things? Right? What are the strategies involved? Why did we decide to go with certain states instead of certain other states? Right? These are things you should even be learning from and be asking questions. Okay? Because everybody just want to, oh, my city, my city. Hey, that's not how it works. There are a lot of data to back up why a particular state, what the reason for that state, and that's how this thing works. But our US office opening this Thursday, and for those who are here, they can. I want to please let me type it for others to get it. Is 518. Let me just get it because it's quite new. So, just want to be sure. I'm pulling it now. So if you are in Houston, Axis, you want to come, please, you're welcome. It's free to come around on that day. The time is 6 p.m. The time is 6 p.m. on Thursday. You can send a DM to this number. My team will reply you if you have any questions, anything. So the address is 518 West Green Boulevard, Katy, Texas. 518 West Green Boulevard, Katy, Texas. 77450. That's the zip code. 77450. Again, 518 West Green Boulevard, Katy, Texas. 77450. So that's the office, and you are very much welcome. Somebody said, be careful of hurricane. Here in America, we don't care about hurricane because there is insurance, right? So if hurricane destroy, insurance will rebuild. That is why Nigeria must work as well, because these are things that can make Nigeria better when we build better insurance structure, right? You never be scared of hurricane or one thing. Insurance, once you have insurance will do it.
We are far back, Dr. Stephen. No. Look at where we are. Look at even our mindset, Papa. See how we are thinking. There's hurricane, there's this, Nigerians. We must always behave like ourselves.
One mumu person just say insurance doesn't cover hurricane because you didn't do hurricane insurance, right? I just bought a multi-million-dollar house now. I'll soon show you guys the house. I had to do flood insurance. It's different from the regular house insurance, right? I have to do a special insurance that protect me for flood. So if you do such, you also have to do, if you know you are hurricane prone, aside the normal house insurance, you still do a hurricane insurance that protects you in the case of hurricane. That's simple as that. Don't be penny wise, pound foolish. If you buy a property, multi-million-dollar property, and you now decide not to do a hurricane insurance, now that's your own problem. That's not my own
cup of tea.
It was you not wise not to have known that. I mean, you spend so much money to get a property, then you definitely have to get a proper insurance for it.
Absolutely. Now, your event coming up, once again, how do people register for the event and how do they attend this event?
Okay, beautiful. You can, of course, be part of our event easy. You just need to register on the website www.stephenactel.com/GWFUSA. Again, www.stephenactel.com/GWFUSA to register. Alternatively, you can send a DM. My team are there to work with you and help you out, or send a WhatsApp message. No call, just WhatsApp to +14437903925. Somebody was asking earlier, if I'm investing $20,000, what's the returns? Send a WhatsApp message to the number, and our team will call you and explain those things to you. If you can let me pin the number, so you can just type, that.
Okay,
that
give
number.
me the number again. Plus
+14437903925.
Hold on, Dr. Stephen. +144
is WhatsApp chats only, no calls, just WhatsApp chats.
Okay, the number again, +144
Yes. Plus, okay, so there are two numbers I will just give so that it helps.
Oh, okay, let me
Again,
pin it there.
+14437903925. Again, +14437903925. 3925. Then the second one is +1 346 575 4852. Again, +1 346 575 4852. A gentleman is saying that we call him Mumu. Apologies, Sports Global LFC. Sorry, whether it was me or anybody, apologies for that, okay? You are not a Mumu. Okay? So I hope that helped. Did you get the two numbers? I hope you got the second one.
I've pinned one. That is +1 443 790 3925. Let the team send me the other one so I can pin that too. I'm going to bring it up two people who are going to ask questions. But before we do that, I want to ask you two more questions, Dr. Stephen. There are Nigerians in Nigeria and Nigerians in diaspora. They are looking to invest in real estate, but they are not familiar with the process. Can you provide some insight, please?
So come again with the question.
There are Nigerians in Nigeria who want to invest in diaspora. And there are Nigerians in diaspora who also want to invest, but they don't understand the terrain. So do you have any insight for them? Is there any tidbits you can throw at them? Or should they just come to the event and just come and learn properly?
Yeah, so I love the question, because what I notice is oftentimes is a situation where there are people in the diaspora who are trying to invest back in Africa, and there are people in Africa who are trying to invest back
in diaspora.
In diaspora. And the answer is that both are welcome, and you can do both, right? Because let's be honest. Let's be very, very honest. There are situations also where investing here has made people lose money. Let's be honest. In 2008, I know a woman who had 4 real estate. She lost everything. And the risk here is that if you fail to pay your taxes, they will foreclose on your property. You cannot tell them stories. You are a member of an HOA, right? I mean, because here in the US, we call something HOA, it's like housing association. So there's a yearly due that you're supposed to pay. You fail to pay that, the HOA can sell your house. So there are a lot of people who came here because of lack of training. They thought it's in Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, if you buy a house, you don't own it for life. There's no story of because you don't pay tax, Lagos come collect your house. It no go happen. And that's why we need to be very honest with sometimes how we abuse our own country. Because no place is perfect too. Right? Yeah, it's a law. You do not pay certain things. They take over your house, they foreclose, they sell the house, they don't go. So this woman lost 4 properties. All the money she paid down payment, all the mortgage she's been paying, she lost everything. So there are risks everywhere. And people have lost. Advice is always get training, get knowledge, so that you know that everything has the intricacies of it. I always tell people there's no shortcut to life. The only shortcut to life is actually mentorship. If there's any shortcut to success, it's mentorship. Because you are leveraging on the wisdom of those who have gone ahead of you.
Who have gone ahead.
Right? And so the mistake they made, you are not making it. You are not making it. The challenges they've been through. I'm lucky to have gotten a lot of older business people to have counseled me. If not, that I would have given up. And after with the Nigerian problem, today you have this customer problem, Omonile problem tomorrow, police problem next tomorrow, and all manner. So if I didn't have the older one to say, look, this is normal, right? It's a sign of growth. You know, I remember 2015, DSS came to my office to come arrest me. And all my big egmons in business, when they saw me say, congratulations, I hope you know that it's a proof that you are now at a level. Because DSS will not waste their time on just ordinary person. You know, well, do you know how many people have been discouraged just because they had an issue with government and they just shut down? Because they never had anybody who is ahead who say, look, this is even a sign that you have gotten to a level in your business. The government is aware of you exist. So don't give up. Right? So I will advise everyone, whether you want to invest back in Nigeria or you want to invest here in diaspora, try and get mentorship and don't stop all this free advice. The advice I hate the most in my life is advice by people that the advice has not changed their life. And I'm sure you see people like that
every day.
And they are the ones eager to give you free advice. Free. They won't unsolicited. And the question is, if this advice where you they give, if they work, why you never change your
Why
own
it
life?
never work for you?
Why it never work for you? I was on Honest Bunch the other day and I was sharing the same issue. Then somebody said they used my head. The head will not work for you. Somebody can't use them, you don't happy. since when you don't use the head for yourself, how has the head helped you? Then they are using you. If you are not used, you cannot be useful. Somebody has to use you for you to even understand the potentials you carry. So get mentorship, get advice, go for training, reach out to people who have results and say, how is this thing done? And if they say you should pay to get it, pay. If they say you should train to get it, be trained. But trust me, the only people who will not ask you for anything when they are giving you advice is those that the advice has not worked for them. Is it true?
Or like boy and Jama.
It's true. That the prince has put in how many years in journalism? You know, let people say this life show. You too now want to start your own live show. I've seen some people, they too won't copy you. The first comment video where they do, they change their land. Because they felt that all you can just do, if you abuse pastors, you can make money. You know, the first abuse, hey, my people, I'm coming, I'm wrapping up. The first abuse where they do, that the freeze, that jail, he landed. You know.
Dr. Stephen, I know you have to go, But I want to ask
Yes.
you a few more questions real quick.
Okay.
One thing is, can I bring in one or two people to ask questions in 30 seconds? I always love that
No problem.
audience
Let's do
feedback.
that.
Now,
No
keep
problem.
it.
I wanted to show you my.
Hey, see us everywhere fine. Hey, you go on the hear birds, they
my
do chirp, 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 chirp.
me and you know, there's a river at the back. You know, so I want to put a mini golf course and a lake as well. You know, so at the back, because it's 3.3, even all this is part of it, deep into that. But I love houses where the land is spacious. I can move. You know, plus the quality of people that are your neighbors as well. I mean, it helps in business.
Absolutely. Guys, if you want to ask any question, please do send me a request now to be part of this live. Any question you want to invest in the USA, you're looking for a proper medium to go about this. You want to understand the risks and how to manage the risks. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is here. Don't let Dr. Stephen go. You can't call Daddy Freeze. I want to ask you a question. Ma shake for you because I don't know anything about real estate. If na Bible you want to ask me now, I go begin explain and give you. Here he is here. This is Dr. Stephen. It's not easy to get him. Ask him your questions. Ask him your questions now. So some people have sent requests. Remember, ask your questions directly. No need for too much greeting. Dr. Stephen, how are you? How is your wife? How is work? How is the weather? How is your health? One day ask the question. What are your questions? Please feel free. A lot of people are sending me requests and then they are now afraid and declining. What are your questions? Once again, here is the number. Okay, somebody has joined us. Tony. Tony is joining us.
This is my house. Why do you want me to tell you where my house is? I'm not interested.
So you can call with higher killer.
But it's in Texas. This is not the land I'm selling. This is my own house, so right. So this is not land I'm selling. This is my own house. This is where I live.
Shey dey see. Person from Nigeria live for Banana Island, go Texas, go live for another Banana Island there. You're asking where is the house. You want to come and greet him. He's married. And his wife is beautiful, more beautiful than you. So he will not even look at you. He only looks at his wife. How many kids do you have, Dr. Stephen?
I have 3 children.
Your wife doesn't look like she has 3 children. She just looks young and fit. Hey, Dr. Stephen, you are doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your wife too is really beautiful. I mean,
thank you.
Amazing. You are trying.
Thank you.
And
thank
with,
you.
With that kind of job, I mean, you know, you are really trying.
A kind of job that does not end. The job just starts and it sees her phone. I'm sure your wife too sees your phone from time to time.
Yeah. But she does though. She does, because it's a lot of...
It doesn't end.
I can be so busy. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy.
And if you are staying in the US, I want a lot of people who are in the US to ask questions. This is your opportunity now. The number is +1 4437903 925. Please, WhatsApp messages only. Do not call. WhatsApp messages only. do not call. I'll give you the number again. Get a pen and a piece of paper. +1 443 790 3925. We have almost 500 people watching on YouTube, on
Hello.
Facebook, and about 200 on YouTube. So if you want to get in touch and tap into this opportunity Dr. Stephen is giving, please do send a WhatsApp message to that number. Hello, brother. How are you doing?
Hello, Dr. Freeze. Good afternoon from this side.
Good
So
afternoon.
I'm actually not in the US right now. I'm actually like in Canada right now. But I've got a question though, because you said we can ask questions, right?
Yes, please.
So basically, I'm in my third year right now. I'm an undergraduate student. I'm a medical researcher, and I'm also pursuing my bachelor's degree in nursing. So like I'm actually on campus right now, but I just feel like this is a chance for me to ask a question. So for a young man like me who's still like an undergraduate, and I've got like let's say $9,000, you know, just saved somewhere. So like, do you think it's too early for me to start thinking about investing in real estate, or do you think that that money is too small to like, invest in real estate? Like, because I know you need like a huge capital to invest. But do you think 9,000 is too small, or do you think with that amount I can invest, in real estate? Thank you.
What country are you based?
I'm actually in Canada right now.
Canada. Well, first of all, I think it's not too early. I started my business when I was on campus. I had a dream to, in fact, I set up my 50-year goal plan as a student. 50-year goal plan, where I wanted to be 50 years from that. And I broke it down into 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. And what I still operate to today is my 50-year goal blueprint. Right? So trust me, you are in the best position to start. What I will do if I'm in your position is to start with the knowledge of the investment and not the investment, because $9,000 is a lot of money and is enough for you to get the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, you will raise the capital. Right? A lot of time we overrate capital, but we don't know that there are other capitals that are way more powerful than your regular cash.
Yeah.
Right? Social capital is way more powerful than cash, because social capital will give you more than cash. It will give you counsel, it will give you mentorship, it will give you supports and all of that. So what you want to start with is the knowledge. Invest, look for trainings on how to start real estate investment in Canada. Most of them are run by white people. They are quite expensive, but don't worry, pay. Right? Pay and take your notes and just take and start with the baby one. It could be fix and flip. You may just come together with 5 other people. Everybody bring 5,000. Do you see now? Boom, you have 25,000. You can buy your first property and then move from there. So, but the knowledge is critical, because once the knowledge is there, the rest will be easy. Many of us, so I do big deals, right? But what people don't know is that what I use is not like I have big money sitting down, not doing anything. I'm just waiting. I leverage on what we call syndication. People know I understand real estate work. So on a regular basis, I get people call me. They'll still have $1 million. How can I invest it with you? I have $100,000. How can I invest it with you? I have this. And we aggregate that, and we're able to constantly keep buying this property. So when you hear they'll even acquire this property, 1.6 million, 10 million, $20 million, 15 years, hey, is, and that's why I tell people the business itself is your name. It's not what you're buying. It's your name. Right? It's the trust people have in you. That's the real business. Because once people can trust you and you do your best to keep to your word, you'll be shocked how much money you access. I recently asked my team to give me breakdown of how much we've paid our investor in the last 3 years, do you know is over $1 million?
Wow.
So when 2 people are trolling me on social media, or 3 people does not like me, there are hundreds of people who have earned over $1 million from me, who are constantly praying, Oluwa, oh, mi wa lowo Stephen Akitayo, no evil must touch him, protect him for me. So I enjoy free blessing. But the ultimate thing is that I've had to do business with integrity, right? It doesn't mean things don't go bad. That's normal. We communicate it. Oh, yeah. I will try to do this. I was just sharing this with Daddy Freeze during our anniversary. The first money I tried to raise, I lost everything. We tried to buy land, the people cheated me and I lost the money. But I went back to the investors. I'm sorry I lost your money, but give me some more time. I'll pay you back and the returns. And I paid all of them back. It took a longer time. And that's how it should be. So you're on the right track, my young brother. You are just get it, push heavy and keep pushing. Yeah. If you can join virtually, the conference we're doing on the 21st and 22nd, if you can't come down to Houston, please join. It's going to inspire you. We have a whole panel on real estate. Great guys are going to break things down for you.
On the 21st and 22nd?
Yes, of September, yeah.
Okay. I'll try my best to join. And thank you so much for answering my question.
All right, and the number is right there. You can find it there. +1 4437 903925. Send a WhatsApp message right now. +1 4437 903925. We've got another question. Please keep your question quick.
I'd like to take my leave now.
All right, God bless you. We've got another question. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening,
Dr. Stephen. Yes, good evening.
Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I'm actually nervous, and I never knew that this day will come to pass. We will be on a live recording with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Thank you very much for the privilege. I'm so grateful, sir. God bless you, sir. I've been following you, and I never knew that this day will come to pass. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
My name is Peter from Delta State, Asaba. And I'm not in US right now, but I have a question to ask them. How do you transition into moving like a growing firm, like a growing company, navigate into making people to believe what you do and trying to make a name for yourself and for the company you believe in? Starting up is not really easy. I run a company, a real estate company here in the other states, but we have few challenges trying to make our mark and all that, trying to push it the right way and doing the right way. So how do we transition into being starters and being a kind of, a landmark in Delta States, making name for ourselves?
Well, congratulations. I love talking to young entrepreneurs like you. The future of Nigeria depends on you. Trust me, don't let anybody deceive you. It's people like you that will change this country, right? I will let you know that it is tough doing business in Nigeria. It's one of the most difficult things you ever do. But if you can stay the course, years later, you look back and you're grateful. My advice will be attach yourself to a bigger fish. Let me give you this adage somebody shared with me years ago. He said, a small snake that wants to grow old will hide his head under a mother so that it will not be crushed. He said, but the one that will not grow will begin to raise his head as a small snake. And that's what happened. They will crush the head and it will be gone.
That's true.
Look for people of repute, people who can talk to you and you can obey them, and hide your company under their head. You can bring them to your board, even if it's advisory. Let one of them share the board. Okay? Our land business, for example, just say direct advice. is chaired by the former IG of police. So you now see that if you look for, if we buy land and you don't give us the land, you can imagine what will happen to you. Abi? Yes, but imagine as a young person not getting people like that to come around and help our business. They will have killed the business before it gets to where it is today. The person who helps our legal team, we have more than 5 different law firms that work for us. But the head is Falano, the Falano SAN. But it was intentionally done so that we have credible people.
Oh wow, we've lost him. We've lost him. But continue with your question, with your answer, Dr. Stephen.
Yes, so hopefully maybe you're here. But we have credible people who can carry our case, right? And because in the Nigerian context, they look at your age. They just look at your face and say, wait, how old are you first? That's where they will start with you. And then you start seeing people just take advantage of you just because of your age. Because we are patriarchal in Africa. So look for older people. Hide your business under them. Let them many of them don't care about equity. They don't even care about owning equity. But as long as you can honor them, you can be, kind to them, you can acknowledge their impact, they'll be able to use their reputation to help your business grow. And as long as you do things by the books, not that you fold their hand and start messing up and down. Right? And please don't go with entitlement mentality because they don't owe you. So don't go and say you expect them to chair your board. I know somebody I told to chair my board for 3 years. He said no. I still have relationship with him till tomorrow. Right? So if there's no his next opportunity, so don't be angry because they say no. I say, imagine all these old people, they don't want to help young people. No, they have it. Keep looking for who will say yes to you. Right? Also, make sure it's worth their while. Right? Not that somebody use their reputation. You are not paying them. You didn't put them on an allowance, and yet you are making money as a business, and they are using their reputation. No, that's not right. So if they are coming on board as to be on your board, let there be an allowance that is due to them on a regular basis. Right? Even if they didn't ask you, let it be due on a regular basis. And I believe God will give you wisdom. We have a training for real estate developers like you in Nigeria. Reach out to my team and they will give you the details you can attend. You will learn more. But some things you can't say on social media.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Stephen. On a final note,
by the way, this is probably the best IG life I enjoy the most. Your people are very wonderful,
I keep them. If they are not intelligent, I remove them. I want only a certain crop of people.
I enjoy this. I enjoy this.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Stephen. Thank you so much, Dr. Stephen. So your party notes, as we're running out of battery, made the thing no go die because we've been on for almost 2 hours.
Yes, if I have guests been waiting for me to see me. My party notes will be don't give up. Keep investing in building wealth. Let me say this: you may have been born into a poor family, but make sure a rich family comes out of you. Yeah, like I was born into a poor family, but today I've built a wealthy family.
I also met Dr. Stephen's brother the other day. He's also a billionaire. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more, +1.
By the way, I have the person who is going to anchor our conference. The female anchor is here. Her name is Mark.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
All right.
Gosh, okay.
And her husband is here too.
Who's this?
Nice to meet you. Good
It makes that
evening.
the food is a
Good evening.
big,
It's evening in
broadcaster
Nigeria. Good
Oh,
evening.
nice.
He's a big broadcaster in Nigeria. They asked him, who are you? I said, you're a big broadcaster.
That's why I want to
in
come to
Nigeria.
America so people can know me in America too, not just this Nigeria.
Exactly. Very nice. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye, Dr. Stephen. Guys, send a WhatsApp message now if you're interested in attending the event. Woo! Okay. Phone has spied. Bye, guys.